It's time. Time to fire up the time machine again and go back to one of my favorite years, 1991. A transformative year for music and the world. And I also graduated high school that year. The number one song in 1991, Everything I Do It For You by Bryan Adams. The number one movie, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Classic. And the number one album of 91, Metallica, aka the Black Album. Also trending in 1991, this 6-string bass. Sampling. And Color Me Bad. So let's get to it. These are the 10 greatest bass lines of 1991. The number 10 bass line charted on the Hot 100, the R&B, and the dance charts, as well as being a top 5 single in the UK. This group was everywhere. This bass line is actually sampled from a 1969 James Brown song, played by bassist Sweet Charles Sherrill. Number 9 comes to us from the great jazz pianist, Keith Jarrett. Played by his longtime bassist, the late Gary Peacock, this bass line is simple, hypnotic, and sublime. The band at number 8 was arguably the biggest of 91, Nirvana. Their music was ubiquitous that year, including this incredible bass moment played by Chris Novoselic. Number 7's bass line came from one of my favorite groups. I was a jazz fusion head in high school, and this was the last album to feature that classic lineup. This was one of my bass heroes, John Patitucci, in full groove mode, and obviously tipping his hat to one of his heroes, Marcus Miller. Number 6 started its life as an instrumental, built around an unmistakable and stunning bass introduction. Written and played by former Metallica bassist Jason Newsted, this beautiful line shows how powerful the full range of the instrument can sound all by itself. The bass line at number 5 would showcase one of the greatest icons of the instrument at the beginning of his illustrious career. I had this one on tape, played by the great Victor Wooten. This one shows how expressive and amazing his fretless bass playing is. What can't he do? bass line at number 4 went to number 2 on the Hot 100 in 1991, and it's still Lenny Kravitz's biggest hit to date. An incredible production. The bass, along with most of the other instruments, were played by Lenny himself, joined by a string section and the Phoenix horns from Earth, Wind & Fire. This bass line is in full throwback mode to the soul music of the 1970s. There was so much great hip-hop in 1991, the golden age, including this iconic bass line at number 3.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come, yo. Here they come.
We called this a banger. That iconic bass line is actually a sample from the 1975 McCoy Tyner album, Trident. And it's played by the maestro himself, Mr. Ron Carter on the bass. Bassline number 2 comes from one of the biggest albums of '91, an album that created thousands of bass players. I'm talking about Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And there are so many bangers on this record, but my favorite might be the funkiest. Straight Groove, brought to you by the one and only Flea, who apparently got that sound because the batteries were running low in his envelope filter pedal. The bass line at number 1 can only be referred to as the undefeated champion of 1991. This bass line is unlike any other, and not only that, it's crazy hard to pull off. Combining strumming, slapping, and hammering techniques, along with singing over top of all of it, Les Claypool kicked down the door with this bass line.
Say it, baby. Say it, baby.
I know. There's tons I left off, but I can only pick 10. What's your favorite bass line from 1991? Let me know in the comments. And it looks like this has officially become a thing. If you got a year you want me to do next, let me know. Until next time, take a look at this video for a little more low-end nostalgia.